Hello everybody, my name is Yannis Rampage Stefanakis and this will be the first English review, draft and game review for today at least, that I will be doing for my channel. Uh, as I said, it's my first English review, so be kind. I'm going to review as requested from my Twitter, uh, the game between Rogue and Vitality from week 3, I think it was day 2, I don't remember, yes it's week 3 day 2. We're kinda fanboys of comps, that's why they probably picked that. I think it's a good game. Let's go through it together. And we'll start first, and we'll start with the draft, and then go on for the early, mid, and late game. But draft first. Okay, let's start here. Let me move this a bit down so it's not in the way. Okay, never mind. It's the new setup. Okay, Diana ban from blue side. I don't think it's standard, but it shows that they don't want to play. They don't want to allow enemy team to play Diana. Yasuo. TF ban from red side, pretty classic one. Nothing too special here, especially with the performance Larsen had against the Fnatic the previous day. I don't understand the Jace ban. Probably they're planning to pick Gwen in their second rotation. That's the only thing I can. That's the only thing I can think of right now. Listen ban for Malrank. He had a really nice performance on week 2 with it. Also pretty strong power pick in the jungle, and Malrank is really a jungler that likes to be active in the early game, and the Listen is one of the better champions to do so. GP ban on R3, that shows that they are planning to pick a mobile AD carry or a low mobility AD carry. That's why they wanna deny GP. Also, it's Alpha's GP, so it makes sense to ban it as well. Corki ban makes sense, even though Larsen has only played Victor and TF hasn't played it yet. And yesterday they showed they don't want to first pick it as well from blue side. They banned it. They banned it themselves. They go for the Caitlyn first pick. Arguably the strongest but the hardest AD card to utilize. I mean, Rogue has been playing a lot around bot side, so it makes sense to go for it. We've seen Jinx on first week, Jhin on the second one, third one they want to pick Caitlyn right here. They will answer with Jinx. They could deny the looks or could pick Karma here themselves. LeBlanc is a pretty grief pick, I would say, especially with Listen banned. You can still go Zinza if you want to, but I don't think it's that strong of a combo. Caitlyn looks arguably the strongest 2v2, not 2v2, like the strongest wave clear lane that can pressure towers. Larsen will pick his Victor. He's comfortable on this champion. He has showed it a lot of times already. And it's a pretty decent matchup into LeBlanc as well, because you can always just trade with your Q shield in the early game, and then later on you just perma wave clear with Yuri, so you don't really have to face LeBlanc. Vitality will go for Xin Zhao as expected, I would say, like it's the strongest AD jungler in the game right now. They should look to ban some counters for their jungler, yep, like Trundle. Viego is also a good ban option for them here, even though they're kinda mobile, so Viego is not the greatest ban, but it makes sense, especially after Malrank's performance yesterday with the pick. He was really active on the map early on, and he managed to make Viego look like a fucking a fucking Jarvan. I'm going to be honest, I think Jarvan on R3 from Vitality could have been a really good option for them. Gives them easy engage. They are against two champions with no dashes to escape his ultimate already, so I think it's a pretty big grief for Rogue to pick all three champions and not deny the Jarvan at all. Like it's a pretty bad decision for them to make. Olaf, also another ban. That's pretty good. Another champion that's pretty good into Zinza. They don't seem to care about Viego. The Gwen ban shows that they wanna play a tank top, probably a Nord. That's the strongest tank in the game. Gragas could also be an option, but Gragas has shown that he can answer to Gwen in the early game. They go for Thresh to give the Lantern safety to their Jinx. I don't think that's what they are lacking right now. They don't lack safety. They lack hard engage because that's the best thing you can pick. No, actually, not the best, but like there is one. This is one option for you to go for hard engage into the Siege-Com and hope you are accurate enough to kill them. The other option is to go for split push. So I could see them pick something like Amel here on R5. Let's see what the jungler will be. Early game jungler is always nice. Jarvan is not particularly good in this game though. Into Thresh and LeBlanc. I don't know about the Volibear. He should have a pretty decent matchup into Xin in the early game if he goes PTA, but he is probably going for Predator just to be able to chase down the Jinx. I mean, if they wanted something like that, Hecarim was also an option if they want to go for it. They could go for Viego again. They have some pretty strong Jhin CC. Graves last pick into that big of a range is not really. It's not particularly good. I think Camille would have been a much better pick for them. I could also see the Jax here. Not really, but he's a much better champion as well in Torn than picking Graves. Or not like Graves is a bad champion in Torn. Like for sure he wins lane. He scales pretty well, but he's getting really hard outranged by his opponents. And he's probably not going the lethality build to have the option to flash in and one tap someone with Q ultimate. He's going for the critical build, so that's probably a critical slash full lifesteal build. So right now, wait, let's go back. Let's take one last look on the draft right here. Okay, so we have Rogue who has 3 Siege champions and 2 really strong frontliners, which is really nice. Okay, I'm not going to continue this drawing because it reminds me of something. They have really easy dive, so if their poke is accurate, like they can use Ornn ulti and then Luke's ultimate follows up to half HP summon. Caitlyn can also utilize her ultimate to get LeBlanc or Jinx low later on if they are alone trying to wave clear on the other side of the map or on a different lane. Victor has a really good wave clear, so he can either join his team or he can stay on the side, clear the waves really quickly under tower, and then just back off and respect while the 4-man is pushing. Ornn should never die in the side lane, like unless he forgets he's playing the game and just goes to take a piece, he shouldn't die in the 1v1 at all. Like Graves, even though Graves cannot die to Ornn and has a superior wave clear, he doesn't have the DPS to kill him as well, so that's not going to happen ever. Bot lane should be hard winning unless Labrov hits too many good hooks, but I don't think that will be the case this game. So yeah, Rogue is trying to group up, shove sides, group up, play for towers. They wanna play for 2 to 3 plates bot, then rotate towards Herald, or lane swap, get Herald, place it top, get as many towers as possible, as many plates as possible, sorry. While Vitality, they just want to have Jinx with her rockets to wave clear and Thresh Lantern being around so she can get him out of trouble while LeBlanc and the Graves are trying to win side lanes. The problem with this strategy, I mean, Xin Zhao is going to always hover this guy right here, play with here, and they will try to dive Victor, but Victor can always just ER the wave and get out as fast as he can. So that's not really easy to do. And if Xin Zhao is not around his bot 2v2, they have Volibear and they can force a dive 3v2. They have a lot of damage with these two champions. Their engage is really strong. They also have the tower breaker, I guess you can say it, the activator. I think it's a better word for this. So like Xin Zhao wants to play the 2v2 on the side with LeBlanc, but if Xin Zhao is not around his bot lane and Malrang is, then his bot lane will die 10 out of 10 times, or they will lose the tower for sure. So yeah, I feel like Rogue has a really winning draft as long as they don't end their laning phases and get and secure the advantages they should. They will be in a really nice position to continue and win the game. Okay, let's fast forward. Okay, right here. Alright. So level 1s, I don't think there's going to be anything special. They could look for a ward early on as Vitality to try to track where Malrang will be, because something Rogue is doing a lot, even though they didn't do it this game. Wait, let me move this a bit lower. Okay, I think that's good enough. Yeah, something that Rogue has been doing in the past few weeks is that they are not picking too many winning lanes. Like in this game, they shouldn't have a winning mid or a winning top, they only have winning bot. But they utilize Malrang's pathing in order to get them out of those situations and actually win lanes that they shouldn't, just because of the unexpected jungle pressure. I don't know what this is. I don't think it is going to result to anything. Like the best thing it could result is to get Odamne spot. Okay, they get a tip ward. That's nice. That's always good to have against Malrang, because as I said, he really likes to skip camps. Okay. If the trade continues extending, it could be winnable for Larsen, but doesn't seem to be. Electric is a bit stronger than Aira in those short trades. Bot has the prio already as expected. Bone plating on Thresh, I don't think it's correct, but okay. So Volibear went to start from his wolves and then ran to his red buff Krags. I don't know if he's probably going to do raptors and run back top. Xin Zhao is doing the fastest level 3 he can. Red raptors Gromp. I don't know if he's going to look bot and hover his bot lane so they can crash the wave in, because Jinx early on can contest the wave due to her rockets. Yep, Volibear is pathing towards top side. They recognized that this was worth it. Like, I think if LeBlanc in the level 1 just went over the wall, placed the ward there, instead of doing it behind Odamne's back, it would have been much better, because they wouldn't have the info. Okay, Volibear is going to go for the top side crab. His bot lane doesn't have the prio he needs right now, so he can contest bot crab. Sadly, if his mid lane has prio, so he wants to play there. He's pinging, he wants to go top. Someone pinged Alfarib to back off because they just managed to secure boot crab, so they expect that Volibear will be top. not Selmate, Alfari took a cheetah recall. Really good idea there. Really good timing as well. It was pretty close actually. Like if he stayed for an extra wave, then he probably dies. He's pretty far up in the lane, so even if he flashes, he can still die. Volber went for what's called Predator, so he doesn't have that much 1v1 agency. He placed a really nice ward on Krags, so that's nice. Sadly, we don't get to watch the top wave to see what's going on there, but it's probably bouncing back to Alfari. Seems like he's trying to push it in again, since he has Xin Zhao around him. He feels safe to push it in, which is okay. Domino being same CS or even 5 CS ahead right now is really good for Rogue, because he is eventually going to make his team outscale. He's not going to outscale Graves on his own, even though later on I don't think he can solo kill Graves, but he won't be he won't be losing that hard because of the inability of Graves to kill tanks. Balrang is bot, trying to help his trying to hover his bot lane in order to get them a recall, since Vitality already had one. Com gets Moonquiver, gets tier 1 boots. Trimby does this again. When his AD car is recalling, he rotates towards mid and he doesn't take the recall. Lavrov is pretty fast on the reaction, he moves there as well. So overall right now they are pretty even in the gold. Mid CS should be equalized right now after this wave at Crash Thunder Tower. So not a big lead anywhere. No plates down so far. Caitlyn could look to secure one plate right here. Okay, for some reason Karze stopped his recall trying to 1v1 comb. I don't know what this is. Okay, and the first blood will be the weirdest fucking first blood in the universe, with AD carry combat at level 5. I don't know. Are they going for... No, he's going for fruits. He probably wants to push one more wave in. It's a counter wave, I could see him just recalling. But maybe he has an item if he gets this wave. Also they have Luxie as well, so they can pretty much one-shot backline minions with the EQ. I don't know what Karas is doing right here. Pretty good traps from Com to stop his escape, even though he missed his Q. Right now, I mean, no, never mind. They don't have ults. I mean, it's sad that the kill doesn't go to Com, but it's fine. He still gets the assist. He still gets the wave afterwards. He gets the experience lead as well. And Balrang is also on the board right now, which is pretty important for him, since he has been using a lot of his time to help out his lanes get their waves fixed. It's pretty nice. No particular priority on the objective so far. Caitlyn ran back bot, they didn't look to lane swap. I think lane swapping here is actually pretty decent for them. Okay, a really nice kill from Trimby. Berek's really greedy path. I wanna pause to discuss about something right now. Okay, so right now, instead of... Okay, let's go a bit back so we can see what Comp did after pushing the lane. the replay in the middle. Okay, so Lux again run mid after helping comp crash the wave. Trimby run back mid, trying to help hovering Larsen to get prio. Like let me. Okay, so they go mid. They are getting prio together as two, and then they rotate top. I could see Odoamne since he's already pretty low on mana as well, and he should have a lot of gold. Like he hasn't recalled the whole game. I think he's only building items in lane. Actually, he has recalled once. He didn't have this one, or not this one, like the refillable. So he has recalled once. I could see Odoamne take it, not the greatest recall, but an early recall to go grab bot wave, and then Caitlyn runs top. I mean, they have Jinx, so, and Jinx is pretty good at killing towers, so but Odam still has ultimate, so he can probably ult the wave and clear it out. He's also in a very tanky state right now. He's like 10 CS per minute at 7 minutes, and he has close to 100 armor already, which means that he shouldn't be able to die to a level 5 Jinx or an almost level 6 Jinx with those items. Excuse me. And then even though they didn't manage to get any plates bot, or I think they got, if they got only one. I couldn't see it due to the replay. They can get the full tower top with the Herald if they overload topside, and they also deny gold from Graves. I mean, Graves can also do Q ulti and clear most of the wave, but he can't clear the Herald instantly. So Caitlyn will be able to at least get 4 plates. So I think that could have been the play, but Rogue decided to just leave Caitlyn alone, play topside as 4, and they prioritized getting experience on Caitlyn instead of getting her plates or early gold plates. Yep, Trinity showed up mid, helped Larsen get a bit better lane, not a bit better lane, a bit better trade. Larsen doesn't have his evolve yet, so he can't really do much. Right now, that's why he needs the help from Lux. They can do a similar combo with Caitlyn. They can just double lead the wave and clear it. At least normal waves. Maldan proc the Predator. He runs straight towards the Herald to force self-made out. Mid support make a really good play. And then bot rotating while their mid lane died is pretty relevant. At least they get to catch the wave. I don't know if they use the dematerializer so they can't freeze it. Let's see what's going to happen. Right now, comp is getting a really good. This rotation is really good for Caitlyn. Let's see, does that work? That it works. A really nice play from Lavrov here to get a kill back on Larsen. Right now, Malrang is sneaking the Herald. Pretty good by him. He will secure it. Comp also gets a really nice crash on the wave bot, and he also gets solo experience all this time. So he's really close to level. He should be really close to level 8. He's not ahead in gold, but he should be ahead in XP, which is also fine. Yeah, they're trying to make a play. A really good flash from Odamna to get the knockup from his passive auto attack, and then chain it with the second knockup from his ulti recast. So Alfari doesn't have the ability to flash his ultimate. Really good from him. Trimby is a small little Lux trying to face a red side jungle, really bad pathing by him. He could just check raptors and then go around. Go around this way and catch the wave with comp instead. So his AD carry also feels safe to approach the wave, or a bit safer. They still have TP from Larsen, so it's not that bad. why Vitality is pushing that wave bot. I don't understand why, to be honest. They could just, I mean, they can't really freeze if Shinzao is going back top. Do they win the 3v3? They could actually win the 3v3. Like bot jungle, if they wanted to. So they could, wait, let's discuss about it for a second. So what Vitality could have done here, wait, let's go back to the actual play, right here. Not here, wait. Yeah, right here, okay. So the Drake is already secured. They have pretty decent deep vision, so they know so they know that nobody is close enough to contest the Drake. It's pretty well known for both teams, or it's pretty predictable to know where this is going to be placed. Balrang has also showed that he always plays for his laner, so if the wave is stuck bot, then he will probably be around there to help them crash it. But right now they have a decent buy on Selfmade. Selfmade's ulti should be more impactful than Malrang's if they don't fight under tower. Summoner wise, both supports have no summoners, which is always good for Thresh. Every ult is up. So I think they could just let the wave get in this position right here instead of pushing. Have Selfmade be around here. Malrang shows from lane because he probably knows that this is worth it, but they probably see him from Discord right here. That was placed beforehand after the perk skill. And when they try to walk up and force the Herald, Selfmade can look to engage on probably Lux, who has no flash, and pop here with Thresh Hook and Jinx ultimate really quickly. I think that could have been a really good play for them if they went for it. They decided to just play it safe and go back to his topside jungle, even though Alfaris could cycle through that and continue scaling as well. At least they make sure that that Jinx is going to secure the whole wave, which is nice. Both AD carries are at 10 saves per minute right now. Both top laners are almost at 10 saves per minute as well, which is pretty good. Mid laners are a bit behind, but it's a trade heavy lane, so it makes sense that some CS are going to be lost, especially in the early game. Like LeBlanc can perma push, and Victor doesn't have the easiest last hitting under tower. Really nice play from Vitality. They will give the kill on their assassin mid laner as well. Like right now, that's really important for Vitality because they want to ensure that their mid laner is going to win the 1v1 on the side lane. Like they are sure that Graves is not going to die or lose the 1v1 bot against Thor. So they want to make sure that their mid lane is going to be able to also win the side lane and give them the ability to play 1-3-1. Jinx is in a fine position farm wise, even though right now their Rogue is going to punish the recall timer and secure 3 plates for comp, 1 full solo plate and 2 extra. Are they going to get the whole tower? They are actually, which is really nice. Really good Q from Trimby. Sadly the kill doesn't go to Caitlyn, but she just got the full tower, so she's pretty happy already. So right now both AD carries get to their core items, or not core items but to their mythic items at the same time, but Caitlyn also has her tier 2 boots, which is pretty important. Or not pretty important, but a pretty good lead overall. Yep, she got Gale Force. I don't know. I don't know what to say about the Sanderer. I understand that he is into two tanks, but I don't think on Xin Zhao. But I don't think Xin Zhao is the one who should be looking to kill the tanks. I guess he doesn't want to build Gordringer because he's into three long range carries, but Sander, I don't think the value of Sander right here. He should be winning the 1v1s regardless. Like, he's probably the strongest 1v1 summon in this game. Like, some fights around top side. Right now, the lane shop, they're trying to secure the last couple of plates for Caitlyn, and they got two, I think. I saw one for sure. I don't know if they got a second one before the camera panned there. While Caitlyn is pushing top, like, she already got a wave in. Larson got a really strong trade into LeBlanc as well, so he also had first move from it. So they went into the red side jungle and pressure there. We should be pretty close to the second herald. Yep, it spawns in like 30 seconds or so, and Rogue is looking to secure it as well. Trimmy took a recall. That's fine. Like, Caitlyn is pretty safe right now. She still has flash, heal, and Harry, plus heal Gale Force, so she shouldn't be dying in the 1v2. And they have full vision, so they know that Selfmade is not around there. Plus, Vitality has zero vision control around their bot lane right now, or their top side, but around their bot lane too. So, okay, Trimby, pretty greedy. I mean, he wasn't expecting this boost to be worth it. Really nice punch from Vitality, really good flash from Perks as well. Managed to kill Trimby. Right now, they kinda kill their momentum for Herald. And then Vitality's bot lane making a pretty bad face check as well. At least they managed to survive, but they lose most of their summoners. Uh, I don't think Gomp's dying. Yep, they have Ornn TP to protect him. Sadly, they managed to kill Ornn, sadly, but Vitality managed to kill Volber here. He took a bit too much damage. Real nice ulti from Odomne. Let's see what happened, like how they ended up there. Okay, so Graves rotated mid and they killed Larsen. Xin Zhao moved up and finished the kill on Volber. They got Ornn's TP, threatening the dive, which is also really nice for them. Right now, they're biting a lot more than they can chew. Like, they already got the kill there, they know that Lux is up, Caitlyn's there, Ornn is there. Their two solo lanes are collecting plates right now. There's no reason to go for this right here. Like, this right here is really bad. He should look to run away as fast as he can after he saw the TP. They can still go for Herald, like they're 3v5 and they don't have TP on this guy, so they can go for Herald and move mid to break mid tower, since they have already trimmed that, got that tower low. But I think there are no plates, so they are going to secure mid tower anyway, so never mind. But yeah, they could go for this right here. So Xin Zhao, after he says the TP, he moves, starts Herald, his bot lane pushes one extra wave, moves as well, and then they take a recall after the secure Herald. I don't think they should go for both Herald and Drake and then look for the recall. To secure Herald, it's a pretty late second Drake anyways, so forcing is not really particularly good, especially when there is a 50-50 chance that's going to be, actually no, never mind, it's a 33% chance that's going to be Cloud, which is really useless. Right now, really good ultimate from Ornn. Punish the overextend. They will secure 2 kills on Caitlyn, which is really huge for her right now, especially when the one is shut down. I don't know if they are going to secure Herald as well. I don't think they should. They can go play for the Drake and stop the dragon stacking, since they already denied the Herald. But their bot lane doesn't seem to be moving around Drake, so okay, so they just push the wave and then they will take a recall. Pretty greedy position for come to recall, I'm going to be honest. Jinx tries to stop it. Right now the issue with Vitality is that they are taking recalls on bad timers, like, or not bad timers, but they are out of sync. Like right now Thresh respawned instead of running together with Shinja towards the river. He took a small trip around this area right here, which is irrelevant right now, since they are not looking to play for the Herald, they are looking to secure second Drake. Shinja also did his wolves. That's probably because the Jinx had wanted to catch the cannon wave on top side that Caitlyn looks got to push first, which is fine. Rogue doesn't contest, which is okay. They secure top tier 1. They can play for Herald, they have like 2 more minutes to do so, or 1 minute 45 seconds. They have started it already, so they're going to trade 2 Heralds for 2 Drakes, which is fine as long as they can secure mid tier 1 with it. If they can't, then they are 1 tower ahead, but they are 2 Drakes behind. But these 2 Drakes don't have the greatest stat value, I would say. Okay, it seems like they are trying to get the tier 2 top for the 600 golden Caitlyn, or the 600 split on 2 or 3 people. Happy feedback perks. Bot lane, Vitality's bot lane just secured prio mid, which is pretty easy to do because enemy blue team's tier 1 is already down, so they can push the waves all the way down here, which gives them a lot more time to punish around this area right here. Right now the casters are trying to not trying, they are talking about the wards invested from both teams. And it's normal, Caitlyn is their strong side and their carry, so they are looking to put vision around here so she can keep pressuring the Jinx, while Graves is the strong side of Vitality, so they are trying to. Very nice siege so far. They managed to get mid tier 1, and they are also getting a lot of summoners off. They managed to get 1 flash, 2 flashes, and teleport, and they are healthy enough so they can continue pressuring, so they get 2 mid towers, which is really huge for them, because right now they have the ability to contest mid prio easier. Next Drake in 2 minutes. Caitlyn's at 2 items. She's probably okay. She got a pickaxe as well. She should be pretty close on her BF after the 2 towers she got. Okay, I mean, I don't know why every jungler in EU does the same face check. Razork died trying to face check this bush against Vitality as well. Graves with Lord Dominic's actually had enough damage to kill Domine after he alt-tabbed, I guess. And now Caitlyn moved away from mid lane, so she can't really push the lane. And they're going to lose mid tier 2 as well. Victor is trying to push top wave, so it gets under tower and they can deny it. Perks is going to catch the next wave, so they just lose 2 minions. Or not 2 minions, but a normal wave, which is not the worst. So far item wise, there are some interesting options, or decisions I would say. Like I don't like the mid jungle build from Vitality. I think Ludens will give him a much better chances to pop Caitlyn and Victor right now, since Victor didn't go for crown. Going for Leandres will help him with the dip on the DPS department against not Urgot, Ornn and Volber, but they should have Jinx for that. And I guess they already got one Lord Dominic's from Graves, which is also fine. Not gonna lie, it was a pretty nice game for Zinzao to go Stride Breaker if he doesn't wanna go for not Silbo, like Gordringer for the healing. If he manages to land a W and he goes in with his E, he can press Stride Breaker and and he works like a GP ulti right there with the slow. So it's much easier for Graves to hit his ultimate away and close the gap. They also got Surelius and Thresh to give them some move speed in order to also allow them to close the gap. Ornn level 14, upgraded mythics started. Gale Force was the first one, Luden should be the second. I think Crown should be the third, not the Volber item. So right now we are at 2-1 Drake, so Soul is pretty far away from both teams, like at least 10 minutes. Both teams have a pretty fast Baron, or not only pretty fast but also very healthy. One team is full with drain tanks, the other team is full with tanks and shields, so both of them should be really healthy trying to do Baron, which means it will be really easy for both teams to bait Baron in turn. Even though from the side of Rogue it will be easier because they have zone control from 4 out of their 5 champions, excluding Volber. Like Ornn Q with a small pillar is really strong. Caitlyn traps, Victor gravity field, Lux E and Q that she can throw out and zone people. And they also have a long range poke and engage, so if enemy team is stuck around this position right here, then they are probably going to die. So it's a classic contest mid prio, sub waves, go to river, try to get vision. That's pretty much the case. Right now Vitality have the first move, but they don't seem to care about the Baron vision right now, which is pretty interesting. I guess they don't feel like Rogue has a fast enough Baron. Vitality is trying to make a play on Ornn. They're going to sack a wave top side that is actually slow pushing towards their side. they will try to overload bot side. Rogue is keeping the pressure around Baron. They wanna keep their control around there. Vitality is trying to get tier 2 bot, which is a pretty nice adaptation, I would say, since there's nothing else going on. But Trimby was pretty fast at rotating. Okay, let's see this. Selfmade is trying to make a play. A really fast TP from Orn. A really good flash from Larsen as well. They're going to kill him. Thresh also died in the jungle. We'll see it in a replay, I think. Right now comes security kills and they probably get Baron as well. Lux is AP, so she should have enough wave clear to actually clear the waves, but it looks like she's just trying to stop her Graves TPs, Grave recall, and TP to Baron. Yeah, so the Baron is free. They shouldn't have enough time to recall and go to... Do they? Actually they do, because Selfmade is still dead, so they have enough time to go for Drake afterwards and secure that one as well. Labrov is moving towards top, trying to assist Xin Zhao, but he gets picked off by Predator Volber. And then Caitlyn is in range after securing the kill on Thresh to also ultimate Xin Zhao and kill him as well. So it's really nice for Caitlyn because right now she's at 3, almost 4 items. Almost should be around 2k ahead of Jinx due to the kills, even though Jinx is farming up slightly better. Right now they're playing 2 lanes. Dominated his ultimate, so right now they're losing a big window to punish and start pressuring mid tower. Them losing that ultimate means that enemy team doesn't have anything to be afraid of. So Perks is free to continue pressuring bot. They will try tier 3 bot for tier 2 top, which is always advantageous map wise for Vitality, but gold wise is kinda advantageous for Rogue. The problem is that they have Baron, they are trading instead of just securing and expanding their advantage. They still have 1 minute though, they can look for a play. They will try to play mid and bot in order to secure at least the bot tier 2 as well and finish all the inner line of towers from Vitality, which is the correct play. They probably want to play around Drake as well afterwards in order to deny soul from Vitality, because it's actually game winning soul for them. They have so much damage and Infernal is going to make it even more. So the 3 carries will be in big trouble, especially when Perks has full damage build. Or doesn't seem to care though. Comp is playing really aggressively, trying to force Jinx back. Really close. The play that Caitlyn did, let's take one more look. Okay, let's look at what Caitlyn is doing. She's running mid. She's trying to push the wave after they left it there. Now to recall and start pressuring bot. Jinx walks up a bit too far from Thresh. Caitlyn goes in, gets him to half health. Now Jinx is kinda scared to stay under tower and wave clear, so they can't pressure mid, which is really easy, really good for them. Alfar is trying to get bot tower, but right now, top tower, but right now the problem with Graves is that he doesn't have fast pushing. He can pop the waves, but he can't pop towers, like champions like Fiora, Camille, Jax, Tryndamere, Gwen, all the champions can do. So it's already bad for Vitality because they don't have the greatest wave clear in the world. The only wave clear they have is Jinx. And it's getting even worse for them because they can't really pressure the other side of the side lanes since they lost Baron. Rogue is going to secure mid inhibitor, they probably secure bot inhibitor as well. Selfmade is trying to go in. Perks goes in, gets come to half health. So right now he's pretty afraid to stay, but jungle camps are up so he can go there lifesteal. Refill his mana as well with blue buff and grump. So that's really good for them. Rogue is also using Odoamne's TP in order to get him full health as well. A really good ultimate from comp to get Perks half health, as we said in the early game. Going for Zinza, going for any other target except him right there is pretty bad because everyone else has some sustain. But Perks only has his pots. Let's play should be the Drake. They already have 2 inhibitors down. Vitality shouldn't look to contest, they should look to secure those waves, get this amount of gold on those 2 champions right here. Like Graves has been farming for a long time and he's not getting any more useful otherwise. Rogue is actually sending Lars and top to pressure that wave as well. They know they have auto push on the other 2 sides due to the inhibitors being down. He goes up there to secure a slow push there as well. He could have graded for 1 more wave if he wanted, but he doesn't have vision and he makes the correct decision to respect. They use mid and bot prio and numbers advantage since Perks has to catch top wave in order to remove all the vision that Vitality has. Malrang even checking that boost is also pretty clever. They're trying to steal it with Jinx, but it's too early. I mean, right now Volber's doing it alone. They are not in position to try to sneak Baron like as fast as they can. But they at least got some kind of vision around it as the casters are highlighting right now, which is pretty nice for them. Pretty good vision, I would say. It will be pretty hard for Rogue to sweep that out. Rogue probably expected even deeper vision since the wave top was already pushed in so far. That's why they started sweeping so early. Right now they're on vision. There's 1 ward left right there. Kaden is pushing top. Bot is auto pushing. Mid prio is contested right now. Let's see what's going on here. Really good ultimate from Ornn. Hits 3 people. Luke's ult hits 2 people. Kaden ulti goes on Xin Zhao, and Xin Zhao doesn't have the greatest of sustains. He also lost his Terax, which is really huge right now. And Larsen going for that is even better. Grave TPing is not going to do much, like the junglers, it's already 4v5 junglers half health. Zonia's into Caitlyn is like death wish, you're just going to get trapped regardless. Right now top wave is already pushed, they secured Baron, they kill one guy, so the game's kinda over. So overall, not kinda over, like it should be over. The game should end here with this push, or at least they should secure the third inhibitor, and with the rest of their Baron they should secure the other two and then end the game. Selfmade is trying to go in, he knows that there is no way for them to fight. They could wait to fight out under the tier 4s, like under the next towers, but they still enemy team still had ultimate, Volbear ultimate, so it wouldn't really matter. So yeah, pretty good game overall from Rogue. I think they could have done a bit better job with the Caitlyn, but it was the cleanest execution from Caitlyn for the team with Caitlyn so far, from what I've seen. Vitality, I think the Graves last pick was really bad. Also the LeBlanc first rotation is also really bad. Like you could just look to play poke into poke bot with Jinx Karma and try to contest Pry, or just pick Jhin Karma, Jhin Lux, and try to play into the Caitlyn first pick instead. Because if Caitlyn is not winning the lane, then no matter what AD carry you are playing, then you're going to outscale them. So I think Vitality could have done a much better job draft wise. Gameplay wise, I mean, I don't think they made too many mistakes. Like, yeah, they were greedy, kind of. Perks was greedy and died once around mid, but then he managed to punish, both him and Labrov managed to punish the flash expended from the enemy team and secured some picks, some kills back, which was really nice. But then they have no tools to teamfight, which is really sad to see. And their split push is not the greatest either, so like it's a lose situation. Like they don't have enough damage to kill in the 1v1 side lanes. 2v2 side lanes between LeBlanc and Zinzao never happened, because as highlighted, if they try to go there, then enemy team just runs it down mid and they get 3 towers for free with the Caitlyn Lux combo. And then the Graves, even though he managed to kill on one, and he also managed to keep the perma like he needed LeBlanc to go there just to secure a tier 2. So yeah, like it was close to the best Vitality could have done this game, and they lost because their draft was losing. But overall, pretty good game from Rogue. Probably the most balanced game from Malrang so far in terms of ganks and farming. Like for example, the Fnatic game was really grief, at least in my eyes, but it worked because Fnatic were playing like with zero respect. So yeah, review took around an hour. Game was like 30 to 35 minutes, I think. Wait, how long was it? Yeah, 35 minutes plus 10 minutes for the draft. So yeah, it was pretty decent. Hope you enjoyed. I will post again next week on my Twitter. It will be in the description, so you can give me propositions about what game you want me to review next. That's all. See you around.